Yeah. What's going on, everybody, man? Peace, man. It's our boy, Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back, man. Another episode of Midnight Conversations where expectations meet reality. This is a pet project of mine. I just haven't been able to, do what we want to do with it as of yet. We will, though. I'm gonna kick it off in overdrive. I promise you. As soon as I finish up with a lot of this schoolwork that I have, I'm a writer by trade, so I just got to sharpen my skills up, dog, so I can, make the kind of money that I will be making in the future, like just 6-figure gigs. So, my reading and writing classes are what's going to get me there. So, I'm doing good now, but right now I'm ready to take it to the next level. Let's give everybody, man, a round of applause that's here. Yeah, man. I've been anxious to talk about this, man. Talk about Kanye, the White Lives Matter t-shirts, all that stuff there, stuff that the black community, I ain't gonna say the black community in the hood is so upset about. But I definitely want to talk about this cancel culture because this is the thing, right? This is the thing. As a matter of fact, let me speak to everybody. Shout out to I need to make some moderators. Let me see, make Lisa a moderator. Shit. Make Arlette a moderator. I need to make everybody in here a damn moderator, to be honest with you. All y'all rock with me, so make all y'all moderators. Shit. Knock down 305. Shit. God damn. Little Green Eyes P. Shit, make everybody a damn moderator. Lisa, oh my God. All right, yeah. Anyway. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, Lady Shan, yeah, Lady Shan, yeah, hit Lady Shan up too. Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know if you guys watch the Drink Champs. I told you guys I watch a lot of content on YouTube, right? I watch a lot of people content on YouTube, and I get a lot of ideas from a lot of these guys on different platforms. And on the boxing program, I understand the analytics very well. You learn certain things. You know how to draw a crowd, right? I'm the type of person, I'm very studious when it comes to learn. Like when I really want to learn something, I do a deep dive into it. I'm very, very studious. As a matter of fact, it's too dark. All right, there we go. Damn. Hold on, guys. I have like some lights right here. I have like all right, there we go. I have like ring lights right here. I have one right here to my right and one right here to my left, right? And they're pointing down. You see what I'm saying? Then of course I have the LED lights behind me and stuff like that. But anyways, back to what I was saying. As a matter of fact, let me put my damn banner up. Where is it? Is it this? Is it this? Anyways, I gotta rearrange that. I gotta rearrange that. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I ain't gonna trip on that. I watch a lot of different content. I used to watch a lot of the conscious community. I don't watch that shit no more. All that shit is bullshit. Most stuff I watch is very, very like dealing with business, money, just higher intelligence type people, regardless of what their race and nationality is, don't matter to me, right? I'm more into the knowledge. And I'm not a surface thinker at all. Right? I'm not. I'm very, very, when I do the boxing show, I dumb it down, to be honest with you. I dumb it down on the boxing show. But I'm a very, very, probably because I read a lot and studied a lot. I got to give it up to Nation of Islam, man. The things I've been through in the Nation of Islam have really helped me develop, right? Whether it was good or bad or whatever, they really helped me develop. Again, I eat the meat and spit out the bones. Now, it's not everything I got from there was all good, but now that I'm older, I realize, I just take the meat and spit out the bones. But I learned something today. You know, I'm sitting here watching. Okay, Kanye West was on this program called Drink Champs with Nore. And I sit back and I point out double standards in the double standards in the, you know, uh, in the hypocrisies that people practice. And I like to talk about the fake outrage. Okay, these motherfuckers outraged about this shit. Okay, they outraged about that. Why are you outraged about that again? You do know that a 7-year-old girl just got killed in Atlanta. Haven't heard a word from you on that, right? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So apparently the black community don't like Kanye West. And when I say the black community, I'm talking about just I'm not saying every black person in America, just the black culture community, right? They don't like him because he was married to Kim Kardashian. They don't like him because he's a weirdo, or we don't like him because his political ideologies, whatever the reason they don't like him. And that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Nothing wrong. The issue that I have though is, okay, Kanye West was on Drink Champs. He did a bomb-ass interview. Drink Champs went to the next level when they interviewed Kanye West a while ago. When they interviewed him a while ago, their platform went from here to there. Gave him, I think he gave them their most views or something like that at that time, or maybe even up to this day. So they had him back on there. You know, Kanye West has been suspended from Twitter. He said something about the letter J people. I don't want to say the whole name. It's a 4-letter word, but I don't want to say the whole name because, you know, like me, even on this show, I'm gonna just chill out. I'm gonna just chill out. The reason why I'm gonna chill out because free speech is not free speech. There's no such thing as free speech in America. You can get silenced or censored at any given time. The people who control these platforms decide to do so. So I'm gonna call them the J people. The J people is a group of J's, and you know they pretty much control and run everything. We'll say that. So he didn't say anything derogatory or bad or nothing like that. But the J people who pretty much pay your celebrities and Hollywood and stuff like that, they have a rule that everybody must abide by. When they tell you to hate somebody, everybody's supposed to turn around and hate that individual, right? This is why you see celebrities and stuff like that, you know, they'll be rocking with somebody 1 minute, and then when you see everybody in the group of celebrities start attacking this one guy, then, you know, that's because they got the word from the J people. Hey, look here, nigga. I can say nigga, but I can't say the J word. Look here, nigga, let me take this out. Boy, if you better go over here and turn and go off on this dude now. We don't condone that. Then everybody get in line and they start, you know, they started going against him. And then, of course, the J people controls the mass media and everything. And the mass media is a propaganda tool to do what? To brainwash people, to make people think the way you want them to think. And it works very well. Because when I was in the Nation of Islam, I was taught that we had 85ers, 10%ers, and the 5%. 85% of the masses of people are deaf, dumb, and blind, eating swine. That's what we used to say. And it's true. 85% of the masses of people, regardless of what part of the world they're from, their race, nationality, color, or creed is, 85% of the people are dead, mentally dead, deaf, dumb, and blind, what we used to say in the nation. Then you have the 10%ers, you know what I mean? You know, you have the 10%ers, then you have the 5%ers, the 5% who control the masses of the wealth, right? Well, the 5%ers who know the knowledge. 5%ers who know the knowledge out of the group, right? Unfortunately, I found this to be true. Just throughout my travels and just seeing things, and what I love about the internet gives you a microcosm of what people are really thinking. Because a lot of people can feel like they can be more themselves on the internet. And I do a lot, I study a lot of stuff. So I'm like, God damn, boy, okay, you know, yada 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 blah this squaze. But anyways, make a long story short, let me read this open soliloquy. Read this open soliloquy, then I'll get the people in the chat. Kanye West Drink Champs interview removed because of his opinion. Is cancel culture real or fake? Let's see. Kanye West Drink Champs interview with Noriega. They call him N.O.R.E. You know, I remember Noriega back in the day with Capone and Noriega. Was taken down by N.O.R.E. Why? Because a certain group of powerful people forced him to do so. Now, he's not saying this. He said that, hey, man, a lot of people, you know, from you know, a lot of, and I had the video. I'm not going to play it because I'm not supposed to play it, but I had an actual video. Kanye West, him and West are real good friends, but West said some things about George Floyd. He said some things about the J people. He didn't say anything derogatory at all. He didn't say anything derogatory. But now, what's the name? George Floyd, I see that his family, his mother is now suing Kanye for $250 million. Good luck with that. And what I'm saying is, anytime, and I notice anytime a person who looks like me, a black guy, or even a white guy, who gets out of line with the J people. I heard Kanye West, Chase Bank, cancel this account, say we don't want your money. You can't keep your money in our accounts anymore. Chase Bank and Citibank. Did he say anything about murdering anybody, killing anyone? No, he didn't. Did he violate any of the bank's policies? No, he didn't. They just all of a sudden said, hey, he's being canceled now, right? And that's fine. And I know some black people, I don't give a damn about him. And that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I already know what you're going to say. Know you very well. I do. But I'm going to show you something. I can't say this group's name. I can't say this group of people's name because of the obvious. They control everything throughout the world. N.O.R.E. even went on the Breakfast Club and apologized for having the audacity to let Kanye West on his platform. I guess free speech doesn't exist anymore in America. So I have to speak in code on this show about this particular group of people. We'll just say that this group starts with the letter J. Cancel culture is the norm, and it's been that way for some time now. The definition of cancel culture is the practice or tendency of engaging in mass cancellation or mass canceling as a way of expressing disapproval and exerting social pressure. So if you say something that I don't like, I am the person that's in control, and I control you niggas. Look, I cut you niggas checks. You know, I'm the reason why you're flourishing in society, in my world that I created. What I need you to do, I'm going to need you to come out and speak out against this guy, and I'm going to put my full might against him to cancel this guy and ostracize this guy. This is cancel culture. For those of you who weren't aware, cancel culture refers to a mass withdrawal of support from public figures or celebrities who have done things that aren't socially accepted today. So anything can be categorized as socially unacceptable. If you don't say you don't like, the alphabet community going to your schools, going to public schools, teaching children about their lifestyle, you would be labeled as a phobia, and you can potentially get canceled for that. And cancel culture, what I see is coming from pretty much one side. I get it. I've been watching this shit for like the past 3-4 years though. I saw it with Michael Jackson. I'm like, damn, oh God, damn. I saw it with, and then when I went to like doing just a little research, I said, damn, this has always been here. Like throughout the 50s and 60s, it's always been here, right? Feminism, which was a white woman's movement in America against the white men, have taken on many different forms. I'm trying to work my words very well. Anyway, it's a lot. But as I said before, this practice of canceling or mass shaming often occurs on social media platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You see cancel culture in politics as well. You know, politics is the exercise of power. When people fear you in today's time, they either kill you or they cancel you. The crazy part about it is this. A recording artist can make songs about killing his own people, taking drugs, shaking their asses out of the window, drugging men, and robbing them for their money. while hanging out the window with their ratchet ass friends. We can talk about 187. I'm gonna smoke the nigga. I'm gonna do this and ABC and this and that. This is highly encouraged. This is called perversion. What is it called? Persevicity. Persevicity. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna break that down to you, right? Persevicity, right? And that's promoted and accepted throughout society as the norm. The political class in America, along with their supporters, believe in cancel culture very well. I personally despise this group of people with a passion, and I would never conform to this culture of demons myself, regardless of race, religion, color, or creed. I can point out the double standards within the cancel culture community online and destroy their fake outrage and narrative. The question I have is this. A lot of you guys may not know about it, may not even care, that's fine. What do you guys feel about cancel culture, if you feel anything about it at all, if you know anything about it, right? And do you feel that people should be canceled because of their opinion? And the reason why I say that is, okay, it's fine. The people should be canceled because of their opinion, because they don't agree with you, their views don't line up with you. Okay, fine. What happens when your views don't line up with the people of that day that's going to be in power? Because the pendulum always swings. That's one thing I learned about life. The pendulum always swings. Right now it's this way. But when it go back this way, guess what? This way is going to remember how it was when it was this way. You get what I'm saying? And there you have it. Culture wars and all that stuff that will go down. Let's talk to the people. Mark Nash in the building. What's going on, fam? Salute to Mark Nash. Mark Nash, what's going on? Lady Shane say, it's wild in it that if you name I'm a critical manner, in a critical manner, it seems anti-XYZ. Yeah, this is the thing. This is the thing, right? This is the thing. She said free speech comes with consequences, unfortunately. Okay, well, I hear what you're saying, but who dictates what are the consequences? So what I'm saying is it's one way. What I'm saying is one way. The people who control what you're supposed to say, what you're not supposed to say, free speech, the consequence is, nigga, if you don't say what we want you to say, or if you go against the grain, there will be consequences. The consequences is one-sided. And I'm going to give you a perfect example. The letter J people who control everything, if you say anything truthful, like, hey, man, these people control currencies. These people finance wars and start wars and do this and do that. They work in the shadows. You know, they control, you know, the J people. We can't say, you know, they control certain monetary systems and stuff like that and yada, yada, yada and stuff. You know, that's considered anti the J people. And you're anti this, and everybody who from different races and nationalities will come out and be like, yeah, man, I anti them. But I can make a song promoting the death of people that look like me. Fuck that nigga, fuck that bitch, yada, yada, blah, that squaze. And that's not looked upon as anti-black. So as long as I make, it's called persevicity. Persevicity is encouraged in the name of diversity. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Or perversity, not persevicity, perversity. Perversity is promoted in the name of diversity. And I'm going to break it down to you. Superman said writing drill music and all of that, correct, Coach? Yeah, I'm just saying, if I, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with, yeah, man, yeah, dog, you know what I mean? We gonna smoke the nigga when we see him, yada, 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 blah, this, quasi. But, if I say something about a certain group that has nothing to do with violence, that look here, man, they got us down here fighting each other, they got us doing this and doing that, and they control the wealth and this and that. Then it's, oh, goddamn, that's anti-such and such. And then people who look like you, and whether they celebrities or not, they'll fall in line like sheep. And I tell people a lot. I say, man, Malcolm X says something so key. Let me see, can I find it? Malcolm X talked about the media years ago. Let me see, can I pull Malcolm up? Malcolm X, Malik El Shabazz. Malik El Shabazz, man. R.I.P. to that brother, man. Damn, we got robbed. And the reason, what I noticed is this. Let me tell you what I noticed. What I noticed is this. I noticed that there have been those who came before me. And those that came before me, men who are way greater than I am, way more smarter, way more powerful than I am, when they brought the truth to the people, their own people turned against them. Some of their own people were manipulating and killing them, like i.e. Malcolm X, Malik El Shabazz, right? So what I realized is, okay, what I realized was shit. Oh, let me see. Malcolm X. I got it right here. Those who came before me got murdered, killed, silenced, canceled before I was even born. And I saw what happened with the people around that time. What happened with the people around that time when, they turned on them and everything. They turned on them. And it always happens like that. So what I realize is this. That's why I have I don't give a damn approach when it comes to our people. When I say our people, I'm not talking about black people. Well, of course, black people are our people. Let me take that back. But I'm talking about there's a certain culture and an element within the black community that I like to call niggas. Because that's the name that they call themselves every day. They say it in their songs. The men say it in the songs. The women say it in the songs. They call themselves bitches. The bitches in the hole, this and that, yada, 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 blah, this. That's fine. So since that's the language that they like to use, I will use the language, speaking the language that they understand. Niggas, I can say that word, the J people is fine. I can talk about 187 on someone who looks like me. But I want to show you something. This shit been around for a long time. Let's go.
I'd like to make a comment to Mr. Malcolm. Now, you're right, of course, the black people are in the worst. They have had the worst treatment. But isn't it also possible that if the white people, the poor people, the people down in my neighborhood, the white people, those that don't work, those that are on welfare, those that have nothing, if they got together too, you help us, we'll help you. You help us get up there.
Let me show you this.
You help us get rid of some of these people that are pressing down on us.
No, I say you should be just as active in your neighborhood as you have been in our neighborhood.
All right, we get our neighborhood so hot.
So
everybody's going for something. We alone.
I don't think this is the video I was looking for. Media manipulation.
That's what they're always telling you. Never let your enemy tell you how many of you there are. Never let the man that you're against form your opinions. This is the trick that's played on everyone who's oppressed. The first thing, an occupation, when you have a revolution in the country, the first thing you take over is the radio. And then you start telling the people, everybody, the war is over. And so all of them surrender. No, they believe that thing right there. And once they take that over, they start telling you where you are and where they are, and you fall right in line. It's plain thought control.
Yeah.
The majority of the American people aren't segregationists. That the majority of the American people aren't imperialists. But the government is, the structure is, the power faction is. So how then do all the majority go along with it? Because those who sit in power over the television, over the radio, and over the internet, press, is constantly telling those who are the masses how free they are, and how this they are, and how that they are. So a mistake is made on your part when you think that white people suffer the same as black people. Or as many Jews will say, well, we're a minority too. Or the Irish will say, well, we used
can't say that word.
No one's a minority like we are. They didn't need civil rights legislation to solve any other minority problem. It didn't take a civil war to solve any other minority problem. It didn't take Supreme Court decisions to solve any other minority problem or legislation. It takes none of that action to solve the minority problems of these other people. The only real minority in America is the Afro-American. Now, when white people who are oppressed, and poor, supposedly,
Mm.
but the poorest white person can go where the richest black person can't go. It isn't only poverty of in money that we're talking about. Poverty in spirit, poverty in freedom, poverty in equality, poverty in human dignity. This is the kind of poverty we're suffering from. So that the richest Negro in this country is still poor. When it comes to freedom, he's broke. When it comes to human dignity, he's broke. This is the kind of poverty we're talking about. So when you find white people who are poor.
So there's another video I want to play for you. And it's amazing because I like what he said in that one part, because we allow people in power to tell us what to think, what to see, what to believe, especially when it comes to our own. And the media is so powerful that it does a good job in convincing you. Like, it's something that Malcolm said. He said that if you're not careful, the media will have you thinking that the bad guy is the good guy and the good guy is the bad guy. And this is true. And this is true. And I'm going to tell you guys something. When I was in the Nation of Islam, we had something called, once you wake up, you have knowledge of self. Once you have knowledge of self and you're not an 85er anymore, you have been mentally resurrected from your grave, you know what I mean? You see things totally different. And you have a bird's eye view of the situation. So the way I feel like I'm up here and I'm looking down like, damn, shit, that's where I was at. Damn, well, it's fucked up down there, boy. God damn, he buff. And there's mass confusion, right? And how does it tie into cancel culture? I want to tell you. It's something that Jesus said in the Bible. He said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. I know when I was in the Nation of Islam, a lot of Minister Farrakhan talk about that all the time. When it comes to people who look like me in America, and probably even globally, but definitely in America, we're done. There's no hope for us in America. I'm just being honest with you. The culture is done. The culture is a culture of death. And then when you have powerful people who run this quote unquote, this cancel culture, they can tell people like me and you how to feel about people like me and you. And you also can be silenced on the internet. They can shut your bank accounts down, do all kind of things to you. And what I realize is, because the masses of the people are so sheep, especially Black Americans, are so sheep, what I realize is everybody is going to have to do what? Break off into their own group. There is no reconciling this. It's been fragmented in so many different pieces, there's no putting it back together. But the cancel culture thing is very, very serious to me, right? Because I'm like, damn, this dude a billionaire now. We're going to cancel your bank accounts because we don't like what you said about, you made a White Lives Matter t-shirt. So people who hate him will say, oh man, he married to a white woman, all that stuff, don't care nothing about that. But you the same people who say that y'all wanted integration. You wanted integration, Black people and white people to live together in harmony. You can't have it both ways. You don't see what's going on here? Why would a group of the power structure that don't look like me, why would they promote any organization that's supposed to be for your liberation or justice? You have freedom to be a Cardi B. You have freedom to be a Snoop Dogg. You have freedom to be a Glorilla. You have freedom to be a T.I. or whatever the case you want to be. Lil Boosie. You have freedom to say, fuck them niggas when I'm going to ride on them and do this. You have freedom to do all of that. That's called perversity. What is perversity? Perversity is willfully determined or disposed to go counter to what is expected or desired, meaning the contrary. Characterized by or proceeding from such determination or disposition. Wayward or cantankerous, right? Persistent or obstinate in what is wrong. This is perversity, right? And when you're being manipulated like fools and sheep, you're being manipulated through music, you're being manipulated through television, you're being manipulated through social media. Like, it's a constant war manipulating you. Children's minds are very easy to be shaped. Adults, once they become a certain age, a lot of them, there's no hope for them. Because once they become a certain age, they're set in their ways off the rip. They're set. Ain't nothing you can do with them, right? But if someone says, like literally, hey, I want to teach you about gender equality. And I want to teach you about what it means to be like somebody like me or live my type of lifestyle. If you're a boy and you want to feel like you're a girl, I want to teach your children that at 5 and 6 years old and 7 years old. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm mad at a nigga because he got a t-shirt on that I don't like. Where's that outrage for drag queens coming into elementary schools teaching children this? So it's okay, perversity. It's okay for me. That's okay. That don't get canceled. But if your political views are different from the power structure or in corporate America, guess what? We can cancel you. And if you say anything truthful about the J people, you really gonna get canceled. And we're gonna turn all of your people against you. It's amazing. It's amazing. And so I want to find that clip because Malcolm X said it best. He said, if you're not careful, the media will have you hating the good guy and loving the bad guy. The media will have you shit is funny, but it's true. He said that in the 60s. Shout out to Lady Sharon. She said, can you see me? I see you, I'm sure, in my chat. I'm sure in my chat, on my channel. Oh, okay, you talking about Major Kickboxing. She said you could be manipulated by social media too. Absolutely, absolutely. All forms of media. So social media is nothing but a different form of mainstream media. That's all. If you were listening to me, I said that. I said that. But it's funny though. It's funny though. It's funny. So in one breath, you'll have people that say, freedom of speech, unless it's somebody that they don't like. If it's somebody that they don't like, all that shit goes out of the window. Birds of a feather flock together. I'm not going to talk much about his interview. He didn't say nothing derogatory at all. N.O.R.E went on a world tour. This nigga apologizing like Nick Cannon did. Nick Cannon had Professor Griff on his show. He said something about the J people, and the J people canceled them, and he went on a world tour apologizing. So let me get this straight. Lil Boosie, Lil Uzi Vert, the baby, Lil Baby, the rappers, they don't have to go on a world tour apologizing for making songs about us killing each other, taking drugs, smoking somebody. That's fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if I say something about the J people, I get canceled. Whether you agree with them or not is irrelevant. I'm showing you the hypocrisy in the double standards in this cancel culture. Like me, I'm not a part of the popular majority. I'm on the outside. I don't care nothing about being a part of the popular majority. I hate the popular majority with their passion. I am an open enemy to the popular majority. Whether they black, men or women, white, men or women, Asian, don't matter. I feel comfortable going against the grain myself. But, and I'm the only one, I think it's me and my cousin Tiffany. Me and my cousin Tiffany in Orlando, she 10 toes down. Tiff, she went to the Air Force and stuff. Tiff about 30. How old is Tiff? Tiff is 30. She's 32. She's 32. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. Shout out to Lady Shan. What you say? You say just because you don't agree with people doesn't mean they should be canceled. As relating to Ye. Yeah, but it's not even just Ye. It's anybody. Like, he's not the only one. He's not the only one. And it's not just Kanye. It's been other people as well. You get what I'm saying? Black and white. If you don't conform to a certain thought process, and especially if you're someone that's influential. If you're someone that's influential, then, you know, it is what it is. If you're someone that's influential, then, you know, that's what it is. Let me pull this up. Because I wanted to, a lot of people on the internet, the people I follow in my circles, they're talking about this. What is Hassan Campbell? Hassan Campbell? I listen to Hassan Campbell from that time to time. I listen to, you know, the Millionaire Morning Show with Anton Daniels. I listen to a lot of Jim Rome. I love Jim Rome. Jim Rome is one guy that I wish I would have met. Out of everybody, if I had one person I wish I could have met and been mentored by, it would have been Jim Rome. Jim Rome. Jim Rome is Tony Robbins' mentor. Look him up, Jim Rome. R-O-H, Jim Rome. Yeah, Jim Rome. Yeah, R-O-H, I think it's R-O-H-M. Reverend Ike, a lot of people, right? Just a lot of sharp, deep brothers, right? People who just, they're against the, you know what I mean? Very, very smart, bright people. As a matter of fact, I wanted to look this up. What is the definition of cancel culture? Because I had it up. Cancel culture. Diversity. Let's see what's up. But for me, I'm gonna chill out. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get too rowdy. I got something that I'm working on. I have something that I'm working on, right? The definition of cancel culture is this. Cancel culture or call-out culture is a phrase contemporary to the late 2010s and early 2020s used to refer to a form of ostracism in which someone in which someone is thrust out of society or out of social and professional circles, whether it be online, on social media, or in person. Those subject to this ostracism are said to have been canceled. The expression cancel culture has mostly negative connotations and is used in debates on free speech and censorship. The notion of cancel culture is a variant on the term call-out culture, right? It is often said to take form of boycotting or shunning an individual, often a celebrity, who is deemed to have attacked or spoken in an unacceptable manner. Now, this is what caught me right here. If the object of cancel culture is to cancel someone who have acted or has spoken out in an unacceptable manner, let me ask you this question. Why the rappers ain't getting canceled and reprimanded for saying, I'll shoot this nigga, I'll smoke that nigga, fuck that bitch, this and that, yada, yada, yada. I'll come out of your house and spray you up. Why is that? Why is that not unacceptable manner? Why is that not why is that acceptable manner? But you say anything else, it's unacceptable manner. Some critics argue that cancel culture is a chilling effect on public discourse. It's unproductive, does not bring real social change, causes intolerance. Because that's what it does. I can't tolerate you. I want to hear you no more. Forget you. That's what it is. You don't think like me. Forget you. And it amounts to cyberbullying. Others argue that calls for cancellation are themselves a form of free speech. Okay, nothing wrong with that. And they promote accountability, give disenfranchised people a voice, and are simply another form of boycotting. That's fine. But I can show you that it's not that. Some public figures claim to have been canceled while continuing their careers before. So, in one breath, you say it's free speech, but then you want to deny me my right to free speech. Okay? And then when it gets to the point to where, okay, your bank accounts go to getting closed out of nowhere. And well, you said something, well, we're going to kick you off this platform because this and that. And guess what? These white folks can do whatever they want to do with their platforms. Fine. Niggas don't run shit anyways but their mouth. Facts. But I like to call out the hypocrisies and the double standards. That's what I like to do. I like to call out the hypocrisies and the double standards. My advice to anyone who, shout out to Jamario. What did he say, family? Say music. Let me mod you up too, Jamario. You say music is their main tool for violence. It's really hilarious. It's really hilarious. He said music affect these youngsters to make the dumb decisions they make. But LOL, why blame the music also? No, this is the thing, right? This is the thing. I'm not blaming the music at all. What I'm saying is why someone can be canceled for something that's deemed as unacceptable behavior. So if you have drag queens coming to elementary schools reading soft porn and stuff, talk about their lifestyles, you know, how they live their life in elementary schools, that's fine. That's fine. I can make a song talking about killing women, men who look like me. That's fine. That's acceptable. I can make a song showing the ratchetest of the ratchet, doing the vilest of things. Perversity, right? But if I criticize a certain group, whether it's a political party or not, or just a certain group, don't say anything it's deemed upon as the worst thing you can say. So wait a minute, if I talk about committing genocide on myself, that's promoted. But if I say something and who are you to tell me what is acceptable and what is not acceptable? I don't want to see no fake outrage about what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. When you clearly don't care nothing about these children. You clearly promote death and destruction to a certain group of people, and even people in society. Whether through your music or through your television programs or through your movies. Mass communication. Which mass communication, social media and all that stuff is a form of what? Programming the people. It's not all bad, but there's a portion of it that's very bad. And the portion of it that's very bad is what's dominating the masses of the minds today. It ain't just the young dudes, it's the older guys as well. People who are in their 40s and 50s. Once you get there, a lot of them, they set in their ways anyways, right? That's why you got to break off into your own groups, your own think groups. Like me, I think when I woke up, when I was in the Nation and something, when I woke up, I realized, I say, man, this shit is a waste of time. I'm not in the business of trying to wake people up. People will hate you for the truth. People have been killed for the truth. I can show you examples where people got killed just for what they believed in, because right here in America, black and white. And it's openly being promoted on mainstream media as well as social media. But because it's against the guy that they don't like, the cancel culture, it's fine. The hypocrisy and the double standards is what I'm talking about. So I call it the way I see it. Shout out to Ben. He said, blame it on the movies too. Now the people are just mass media. Media is designed to program the people. The government pretty much controls the people. And there's another group of people who controls your government. I call them the J people. They control everything in your life. Pull your money out your pocket. Tells you everything you need to pull your money out your pocket and just look and see. And on a global scale, right? I have a problem with someone dictating to me who I should and shouldn't like. You don't dictate to me who I should and shouldn't like. Shout out to Miguel. What's going on, fam? Knockdown 305 would say it's very important that you understand what you allow into your portals. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. He said, Coach, have you heard the song called "Baby Daddy Free" by a female named Neek? No, I haven't heard of it. You know, I don't even listen to rap. If somebody don't send it to me, I won't even know. I'll look her up though. Now that you told me, fam. Now that you told me, I'll look her up. That's how I found out about Glorilla. He said that's the most vile song I've ever heard. Shout out to Nelly Content. That's I put something on my community tab section, Coach, on my channel. I said what you say on my channel? I said don't be afraid of the government. Be afraid of not changing your life. Yeah. He said it's a remix of Glorilla song. Yeah. And I told you guys, I say our culture, the Black American culture is a culture of death. That's a culture that needs to be destroyed. I don't mind being canceled by that. As a matter of fact, I've canceled myself. I canceled myself from the Black American culture. I canceled myself from that shit. I don't got nothing to do with that. I'm being dead serious. I have no problem being ostracized by that. I have no problem. Say, Coach, how do you honestly feel about the Kanye interview? Can I be honest with you, fam? I didn't hear all of it. I only heard like maybe 15 minutes of the interview. All I know is the end result was N.O.R.E is going around the world tour apologizing for having Kanye on his, for just having him on his platform. When he had him on his platform before, right? He's doing what the dude name is, Nick Cannon has done as well, right? So I only heard about 15 minutes of it. So I have to listen to it in its entirety. But I watched a lot of channels who broke it down. And my homeboy listened to it, he told me. And it is what it is. It is what it is. But my thing is, okay, if he said what y'all told me he said, from the parts that I know from parts that I heard, I'm like, how is this worse than me talking about going in the neighborhood, shooting up the block and killing people who look like me? Okay, you don't like his political views. Fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But he has a right to his political views too, like you have a right to your political views, whether you like it or not. But the same people who say they believe in tolerance, they don't tolerate anything. Nigga, if you don't get in line and think like me, we're going to come after you. Me personally, I see myself later on down the line. Because I'm a very outspoken person. I see myself being made an example of. He said, I think Kanye was on LeBron Barbershop show, but they didn't air it. Yeah. I mean, listen, man, they can't air it because they got, the people who control LeBron, the J people, they tell them, look here, nigga, you better get in line. We don't want y'all affiliating with one of your own kind. He said, Coach, everyone is a hypocrite. Facts. And when you point it out to them and show it to them, people retreat in their minds and they have something called plausible deniability. They're in denial. I'm going to give you a perfect example. When I first woke up out of the matrix that I was in, I was faced with two questions. Question one, do I accept the truth that I just been revealed to me? Or question 2, do I deny it and go back into my sheltered mind state? I chose the first. I chose the first. Most people, and this is most people, if you meet 10 people, 9.5 of them this way. Most people, when they finally wake up, or if they're faced with hardcore truths and facts that goes against everything they was ever taught to believe, most people run away from it, reject it. They will even kill that person to silence it. Or they will even be down with canceling that person out and running them away because they don't want to be faced with that truth. Because that truth is a reflection of them. It shows them the hypocrite that they are. It shows them the hypocrisy. It shows them how they've been brainwashed, manipulated, and deceived. And it shows them that they don't want to wake up from that delusional world. Right? That's what it shows. So people fear. Shout out to Big Blunts in Boxing. Yeah, he said what you're describing as cognitive dissonance. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, people can't face cognitive dissonance. Also, is we know when people start to feel sorry for their captors, the people who have abused them. It's like cognitive dissonance is, let's say someone kidnaps you, right? They kidnapped you, and cognitive dissonance is you've been kidnapped. You got some people trying to come in there and save you from your kidnappers, that you've been around your kidnappers so long that you start to feel sorry for your kidnappers, and you start to even fight and defend your kidnappers. That's cognitive dissonance. You get what I'm saying? What you say, Jason Williams, the truth ain't for everyone. No. The truth is not for everyone. He said, remember that line from the movie? You can't handle the truth. No, the truth isn't for everyone. The truth isn't for everyone, right? And I tell people, like me, I'm at a point in my life, I'm very comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I'm very comfortable now. The older I get, the more of an isolationist I become. The older I get, the more of an isolationist I become. And don't get me wrong now. When I need to get it down, get it in, and I need certain things done, movers and shakers, if I have to get down in the mud and get on some ignorant stuff, because I come from that. I've been ignorant most of my life. So I come from that background. So if I got to get in the mud, make some phone calls, we make it do what it do, we're going to do that, right? But outside of that, when it comes to where I'm at now, I become more of an isolationist. And I believe it or not, I really don't do much talking anymore. The most I talk is when I come on these podcasts. That's it. When I'm off the podcast, I really don't talk at all because I understand the reality of the situation, right? Jamario, he said N.O.R.E was trying to deflect Kanye so many times, but Kanye was determined to get his point across. Yeah, I did hear some of those parts. N.O.R.E was trying to tell him, man, look, man, we can't be doing this on this show, man. I don't want that kind of heat. You know, N.O.R.E was like, man, I don't want that kind of heat, man, and you my dog and all that stuff there. You know, but Kanye was very, very stubborn. Kanye like, man, because Kanye already know what time it is. I mean, he's a billionaire now, right? He ought to know what time it is. Like, he's on a mission. Regardless of whether you agree with that mission or not is irrelevant. You got black women, they mad that he married Kim Kardashian. Fine, you can be mad about that. But so you the same people who say that you love all people and you don't mind, interracial marriage and being together and stuff like that. But then when someone that you don't approve of does it, then it's a problem. Black men as well. A lot of the black men didn't really care too much about Serena Williams because they said she looked more like a man. She looked like her father. As soon as she married a white guy, all these doggone black dudes are like, oh, man, she done went to the other side. Her and Serena went to the other side. But I thought you wanted diversity. That's the hypocrisy of all this stuff, right? I point out the hypocrisies. Everybody got fake outrage about something. And a lot of these people who have fake outrage about something, they don't even have their lives together. Right? All of us are works in progress. And in marketing, what I learned is this here. It's not how many hours that you have in a day. It's the amount of work that you do within the hours that you have. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but it's what you do within those 24 hours is what's going to determine the outcome of your life. You can choose to put your energy and focus where you want it to. There's something that Denzel Washington said as well, and I'm a victim of this as well. He said you got to be very careful of devices, and I heard Jim Rome say this as well. R.I.P. to Jim Rome. Are you using the device, or is the device using you?
True.
He said, gotta find like-minded people. And it's getting harder and harder to find. Imagine if we didn't have the internet to link with people. Yeah, pretty much. He said, yes, the truth is rough sometimes. No, what it is, and I say this time and time again, I say the truth pill is very, very, I say the truth is a very hard pill to swallow when it doesn't fit the narrative. When it doesn't fit the narrative to what the mind has been conditioned to believe, guess what? The truth is very hard to swallow. People reject it. So I want you to know something. Your job is not to wake the dead up. Let their ass stay dead. If they die in the streets, there's nothing you can do about that. Leave them there. My brother was one of the ones who went to the wayside. Quite a few of some of my homeboys were the ones who went to the wayside. I'm just being honest with you. When you go down the path that I'm going down, 99% of people who look like you will hate you. I'm fine with that. Myself. I don't give a fuck. I don't. And I ain't got nowhere near as much money as these other guys. I just don't give a fuck. It could be the finest female. I don't give a fuck. It could be the most gangsterous dude on the street. I don't give a fuck. It could be the most intelligent guy. I don't give a damn. Or it could be the most intelligent female. I don't care. I don't believe in conforming. I believe in growing, elevating. Wherever the truth leads me personally is subjective to me. I'm not here to wake anybody up. Let their ass stay dead for all I care. I was one of those guys who said that when I was younger, Jamari, what did you say? He said, Coach, do you feel like N.O.R.E turned his back on Kanye by going around apologizing in that interview and things Kanye said? No, I think N.O.R.E was afraid. N.O.R.E was afraid, and he's getting the bag, and he doesn't, he doesn't want his pockets to be affected. See, the real truth is this. The real truth is this. There's a certain group of people that run shit. And they control all of our livelihoods. And when you're faced with your livelihood being threatened, you're going to fall in line. Kanye is in a position where he's a billionaire. It's whatever. When you're in that position, it's not like the average person. But someone like a Nore, he is, and then he wants to be accepted amongst the society as well. He doesn't want to be, like these people are very, very powerful people. So, they probably told him, and he said the cancel culture got kind of thick. He was getting a lot of people from the cancel culture was hitting him up and this and that. And so he wanted to go and apologize for allowing someone to speak on his platform, something that he did millions of times. And the last interview he did with Kanye wasn't canceled. That's still there. You get what I'm saying? So trust me, I understand, fam. I get it. I understand. I understand why he did what he did. I get it. He said, y'all remember back in the day when we had to remember phone numbers? He said, now the device saves everything for us. But why? He said, N.O.R.E was concerned with upsetting the apple cart by my eye. Yes. He upsetted the apple cart. It was nothing that he did wrong, but nigga, I dare you have this dude on there who you've been friends with for years talking on your platform that we gave you. You turn and hate on anyone that we tell you to turn and hate on that looks like you. Now get your ass up there and apologize. And that's what he did. That's the problem that I have. The problem that I have is when a cancel culture can threaten your livelihood and then tell you, you better get up there and apologize for having your brother who looks like you on your platform. Whether you agree, you can say, well, look, man, I don't agree with this, what you said. I don't agree with that, what you said. We just can dialogue and disagree to disagree. But what I realize is people who are a part of that culture, they want to see you silenced. They even want to see you murdered. Oh, I had a receipt on that. Because it doesn't stop there. History is, and a lot of Americans are deaf, are really dumb. They know nothing about history, what happened in the past. What happened in the past, they've always had cancel culture. What happened is when a group of people ostracize one group of people or an individual, what happens is that's where it starts at, but it doesn't stop there. Then you start getting death threats. Then you get murdered. And then your murder and death is acceptable by those people who wanted to cancel you. They'd be like, well, he's supposed to be dead anyway, because we ain't like him. His views is outlandish. But they know most people don't know nothing about history. Even these old heads who's running around now, you don't remember the third of the shit you learned in school, but then the school don't only gonna teach you so much, but these guys are not self-educated. Like a lot of people, they stop learning when they get out of high school. Or if when they get out of college, they stop learning. So it is what it is. Yeah, shout out to Easy EP, man. Salute to you, fam. Salute to you. Shout out to Jason when he said, I remember when I first got on YouTube, my recommended videos were all conscious and informative. Now it's all foolishness. I have to subscribe just to find out good channels now. Yeah. Yeah. Say, how did Kanye get to a Billy? I don't know, man. You know, he's an entrepreneur. Jamaria, what you say? Say Kanye had already been on that show twice. And like you said, neither one of those interviews were taken down. No. See, that's the problem that I have. The problem that I have is when a group of people can tell me how to think, who to like, who not to like. And make me go on an apology tour because I had someone on my platform that's been on my platform multiple times. Got the highest ratings I've ever had when he comes on the show. That's the problem that I have. I'm knocked down 305 said Bill Cosby tried buying TV networks. See what happened to him. Yeah, that was in the 90s. He tried to buy NBC. Bill Cosby tried to partner up with Michael Jackson, Magic Johnson. I think it was Bill Cosby wanted to buy NBC. It was for sale. I think the Chinese bought it or the Japanese bought it, if I'm not mistaken. But Bill Cosby, he reached out. It was Bill Cosby. He reached out to Oprah Winfrey. He reached out to Michael Jackson. And I want to say he reached out to Magic Johnson, and maybe Michael Jordan. And from what I remember, they didn't want to have nothing to do with that. They were like, you give it down, like, oh no, we don't want to do that now. Goddamn, I don't know now. I don't think we need to do that now. Why we got to buy NBC? You do know NBC is for grabs. Like Byron Allen. Byron Allen is the largest black media mogul in America. Byron Allen is a billionaire. He used to be a comedian. Started out on Johnny Carson's show. That's when I first saw Byron Allen years ago. Married to a white woman, ostracized by black people. He's a coon all the time, sell out all, he's white, he got a white wife, all that stuff there. The man is a billionaire. The man has money that can really help and shape our lives and help us. The people who can help us, who are in position to help us, the people at the bottom ostracize them and kick them off to the curb. Because the people in the bottom, they love being in filth. And I learned that when I was in Nation of Islam. 85% of the people, they love being in filth. They love the filth. Anything that's going to raise their level of consciousness, they will fight that tooth and nail. They don't want that. Khan Shannon they say this type of oversensitized mentality, soft type culture comes in cycles. It happens in the mid-50s with McCarthyism. In blacklist. Yep. McCarthyism in blacklist. That would be considered cancel culture. It happened in the 80s when trying to sanitize thinking. Yeah, and that's what we're going through right now. That's what we're going through right now. He said there's still money to be made. Yep. Damn, yeah, they call it woke, the woke society. Being wokeism. And the people who fall for this foolishness are always the deaf, dumb, and the blind. It is what it is. The deaf, dumb, and the blind. The masses of the people. You say, Coach, you ever feel like we're living in a dictatorship life? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. America is nothing but a British colony. America is a British colony. But America is controlled by so many different things. When it comes to media, it's more like, America has been a dictatorship for a long time. It's dictatorship, but it's soft dictatorship. In the form of a democracy. Right? Your leaders are chosen, selected before they are elected, right? Well, especially something as big as the presidency. But yeah, absolutely. Definitely. He said the word woke is banned from schools and colleges and universities in the UK. Wokeism is alive and well in America. Wokeism, cancel culture. Shout out to TJ, man. Shout out to TJ. Yeah, wokeism, cancel culture. All that's the norm now. All that's the norm. And the crazy part about it is what Malcolm X said is correct. You have to be careful because the media will have you hating the good guy and loving the bad guy. The media will have you hate the sheep and love the wolf. And when you look into society and you look at the filth that's being pushed on the people that's on the lower rungs of society in America, especially. America is, I don't know about any other country, but America is the worst from what I can see. Morally bankrupt, filthy, perverted to the highest level, believes in perverting the children, poisoning their minds. Men have become women and women are men in America. What's up is down and what's down is up in America. Shout out to Carmen Serene. That's what's going on. And the people love it. They love it. So when I was younger, I was the guy that used to say, you know what? This when I was in the nation, right? Man, you know what, man? If I ever get the knowledge, when I first learn the knowledge, I'm gonna make sure, man, that I educate all my people and help my people, and and let them know the game. I'm gonna teach all of them the game so they can come up. He said we acquired our language, socialization, and infrastructure from the Brits. Yeah, especially in the South. In the South, there was a group of, I forgot the name of these people. In the UK, the Brits, right? There was a group of people in the UK. They were looked upon as the lower bowels of society at that time. And in the South in Florida, in the South in America, that group of people came over here, and a lot of them ended up owning like plantations and stuff like that. And that's where we got the hog malls and chitlins from. Those people over there in that area. It's a book I have that broke that down. The book is who it is? It's Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell got a book called Black Rednecks, and he talked about that. The black black rednecks. He talked about that, how the Southerners, we got our culture from a group of Brits who was dominated throughout the South, who owned a lot of the slave plantations and stuff. A lot of blacks in the hip hop culture, and most they don't like Thomas Sowell. Right? So, but that's fine. These niggas is dumb. But yeah. So we got a lot of our, a lot of our stuff comes from that. What you say, fam? You say, hey, Coach, thanks for the rinse, though. Yeah, man. I had to give out rinses to everybody. Miguel, what you say? You say, good has become bad, bad has become good. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. Nelly, let me go ahead and shit. I mod everybody. Fuck it. Where's Commissary? I got to mod her too. You said that culture died out in England, but lived on in poor America. Yeah. If you're from England, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but in poor America, that culture is alive and well. That culture is alive and well. I didn't like when I read the book, it led me to do some research, and I found some like just old videos that white historians made. They was like, yeah, they talked about this here, the culture that was over there in a particular part of the UK in that time, and they was like the country folks of Britain or something like that, somewhere up in there. They came here to make a new life for themselves, right? School of X-Man, he said we needed this show. Yeah, man, you get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So a lot of the Southern culture, we picked that up. Like my dialect and different parts of the South, they got it real bad. Some people you talk to in the South, they sound like they slaves. They sound like they on a goddamn slave plantation. Especially if you go throughout Georgia, you go throughout Mississippi, you go throughout Alabama, man, shit, oh, Ozza, yeah, Ozza down yonder. Oh, nigga, what the fuck, nigga? What you mean, Ozza? Yeah, Ozza down yonder, and bro. But it came from a certain group of people. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, man. Miguel, what's going on, fam? He say this is refreshing, brother. He say thanks and blessings from Jersey. I appreciate that, fam. Bro, if you go to northern Florida, man, let me tell you something, bro. Northern Florida, bro, like we call that the Panhandle. In the Panhandle of Florida, man, in them wooded areas, man, you meet some black folks over there, boy. You'll think you're talking to people from the Beverly Hillbillies. I remember when I was in a certain part of Georgia, right? And this in 2001. I was in a little small town called Bainbridge, Georgia. Man, I was trying to find another little small town called Colquitt, Georgia. What you say, Conshana? You say Soel talked about the language, their use of the colloquial phrases like "we be going," "they be talking," "they done making." Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. That's it. Now, the dumb of our society who look like me, they been taught to stay away from Thomas Sowell. This guy's an educator, one of the an economist, one of the most brilliant minds on the planet. In our culture in America, we've been taught to stay away from the educated of our group and cling on to the foul and the stench and the swine of our group. That's why when you'll meet the average woman who look like me, she's swined out from a mentality standpoint. You meet the average man who look like me, he's swined out from a mentality standpoint. Can't talk to him. The only thing you and him got in common is y'all skin color. Outside of that, he not even your brother. Brotherhood is deeper than skin color. Your brother is someone who shares the same views and values of you. Your sister is someone who shares the same views and values of you. If someone doesn't share the same views and values of you, guess what? Them people ain't no more your brother or sister than the next guy you meet on the street. And it's going to be a lot more of them than it is you. And they will turn on you if they feel like you're getting out of line and getting out of pocket. Me, just my mindset, I'm war ready. Because I come from that background. Like, I'm like, man, it is what it is with me. Fuck it. But I don't want my friends who I know who are not like me to be like me. Nah, dog, because there's a lot of heat gonna come down. You can't handle the heat. I'm built for the fire. So I can handle it. But you ain't built for that. So don't, just keep quiet. Don't say nothing. This what God put me on the planet for. I'm built for this. You know what I'm saying? What you say, like the Walters? Harleen said, like the Walters. Mar and Paul. Mar and Paul said 18th century was the Victoria times in the UK. Mar and Paul. He said, Thomas Sowell is a brilliant guy. Everyone should check out his channel here on YouTube. I have his books. I have his books. School of Experts, he said, Coach not lying about that. I have his books. Shout out to Carmen Serene. I have his books. I have a lot of books. Now the books that I have are not popular by the black culture in America. The books that I have would not be recommended by those who are in power. You know, even though they're reading and stuff like that. I mean, bro, you don't understand, bro. Like, I honestly feel like Neo in the Matrix. Remember when Neo found out he was the one, and Agent Smith had 2 more agents with him, and they were busting them guns at and Neo said no. And he slowed the bullets down. And then he grabbed the bullet and looked at it. Okay, goddamn, some motherfucker bullet. Y'all really trying to hurt the old boy, huh? And then he dropped the bullet and the rest of the bullets fell. And then Agent Smith and them looked at him with wide eyes like, oh shit, because they ain't never seen nothing like that before. And Agent Smith ran at Neo. And Neo was it Agent Smith? Yeah, Agent Smith ran at Neo. And Neo was like, blocking his punches like that. Shit was coming out slow. Then he turned his head to the side. He was doing like this. Like, damn, pussy ass nigga, that's all you got? God damn, dog, I thought you had more than that. And then he ended up whooping, you know, kicking Agent Smith ass, and then he ended up killing the other two that was with him. That's how I feel like. I can see it from a mile away. Oh, okay. Again, on these podcasts, this is the most talking I do. When I'm out in society, I don't do no talking. I go talk to my homeboys. You know, I got homeboys. My homeboys, they are on the domino level. When I want to play domino and talk trash in the barbershop, talk about old times, I sit down and talk with them about that. Because sometimes you got to get out and get ignorant sometimes. Get ignorant sometimes, right? So I may go out and kick it with them, laugh, kick it, you know, at the barbershop, stuff like that. I won't really go to no nightclubs. I don't really go to no nightclubs. I ain't doing that. Nah. Shout out to El Unico. He say, Coach, they say it's going to be in the 50 degrees here in Tampa tonight. I mean, yeah, I felt the temperature dropping, fam. I felt the temperature dropping. TJ, what did it say? You say, my family, I'm good. Hope all is well with you and the family. Okay, yeah, for sure. Jason, what you say, fam? He say, Coach, do those brothers know? He say, do those brothers know what you're doing on YouTube? Yeah. Some of them do. Some of them, they're not interested though. I got a couple of my family members, they be tuned in, but I got a couple of my homeboys, he be tuned in a lot. But and when they see me there, all they want to do is talk about boxing. Hey man, look here, man, check this out, man. Yeah, check this out. Man, hey, look here, hey, Malachi, you know, cause they don't call me Coach, they call me Malachi. Malachi, man, look here, man, check this out. Oh yeah, man, shit, check, you know, man. God damn, what you think about? They always ask me about Tank Davis. They ask me about Terrence Crawford. They ask me about Errol Spence. When that fight gonna go down? Ryan Garcia. They don't say nothing about Charlos. They don't say nothing about, they'll talk about Wilder as well. They'll say, man, that dude can't box a lick. Like here in Tampa, where I'm at in Florida, they be like, yeah, man, that dude can't box a lick, man. That's what they say here. You know what I mean? You know, so, I'm just being honest with you. What you say? You say, I'm about to get ignorant real quick. That was something that I learned, right? When I was in the Nation of Islam, and there was a teaching that I heard Elijah Muhammad. He said sometimes when he walk amongst the deaf, dumb, and blind of his people, in order to come down to their level, when he's trying to teach them and bring them out of the mud, he had to eat meat in order to come down to their level. And when you're here, from an intellectual standpoint, in order to reach the people that's here, you got to come down to their level. Right? But I'm going to go back to what I was saying. I was saying that when I was younger, yeah, man, when I get the knowledge, man, I'm going to be a warrior. I'm going to go out there and wake my people up so we can see what's going on, what these devils doing to us, man, and how we can come together as the people, and yada, 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 blah, that squad. I said all that when I was younger. Now that I'm 48 years old, I realize why they say the game is to be sold, not to be told. And now I realize that why people in society that come from a background that I come from, when they make a certain level of money, they leave their hood and they go and get far away. I understand now. I didn't get it then, but I get it now. Oh, I get it now. I get it now. I was a fool when I was younger because I didn't know any better. The people who you try to teach and wake up, they're gonna reject you and try to kill you any goddamn ways. The only thing you can do is if you was to raise your level of consciousness and you was to have some kind of success from a material standpoint in society, the best thing you can do if you come from that background that I came from, get the hell out, leave, and leave them motherfuckers right there where you found them at. And you can look at me, I'm dead ass serious. Because there were those who came before you who tried to help them. Guess what happened? They got murdered. They got ostracized. And their own people turned against them. So if those who came before you that were greater than you, if those things happened to them, what in the hell you think gonna happen to you?
True, true, true.
Surely I ain't no better than Malik El Shabazz. So he said, Coach, you preserving your energy. Yes, I am. I'm preserving my energy. Just, man, leave them niggas right there, man. Man, you know what happened today, man? That's how many people got shot and killed in our neighborhood today. Yeah, that shit was going on before I was born, and when I'm dead, when I'm dead and gone, that shit always gonna be going on, bro. Ain't nothing you can do for them. If you go try to help them, they're gonna reject you anyways. Leave them where they at. They're too far gone. I'm gonna tell you a story that Minister Farrakhan used to tell, right? And my minister used to say this all the time. It's the story of Lot. Lot, it say God in the Bible told Lot he was going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. America is the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. Of course, around the world is too. But America is the worst of the worst. From a moral standpoint, there's no morality. Once a society loses all morality, the society is done. When men are women and women are men, the society is done. When it's okay to have children murdered and get killed and stuff like that, and there's no outcry about it, the society is done. When the sexes are battling each other and there's a constant war going on mentally, and there's a self-destruction of those people in different groups, different walks of life within the country, the society is done. Just being honest with you. But I said that, the story of Job. So God told Job, he said, look, man, Lot, get your family. I'm finna destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, the twin cities. Lot say, no, Lord, please don't do it. Let me go save them. Give me a chance to save them. God said, man, Job, look here, man. I'm telling you, man, them people too far gone, man. You ain't gonna better save them, boy. I'm finna destroy them. God, please. God said, okay. Job, I tell you what. And you can find me 100 that think like you and that's willing to listen or whatever, I'll spare the city. He said, okay, cool. Job went back. Went there, he couldn't find 100 that he can save. Went back to the Lord. Lord, I couldn't find 100. Please don't just kill it. Please don't destroy those people in those cities. He said, okay, don't worry about it. If you can find me 50, and I'm just paraphrasing the story, for those who know it, right? I'll spare the cities. Job went back, they rejected him. Man, you don't get your bitch ass out of my face, that whole ass shit, nigga. Lot came back, Lord, I couldn't find 50. He said, okay, I'll tell you what. Go back and bring me 25. Bring me 25, I got you, baby boy. Job went back over there, couldn't find 25. No, it wasn't Job, it was Lot. Sorry about that, Lot. I keep saying Job. It was Lot. Hey, thank you for correcting the one, Mr. Ham. It was Lot, not Job, it was Lot. He said, Lot, see, can you find me 25? Lot said, okay, cool. Lot went back, he couldn't find 25. He came back to the Lord said, okay, Lot, see, can you find me 15? Couldn't find 15. Well, see, can you find me 10? Couldn't find 10. See, can you find me 5? He couldn't find 5. He said, see, can you find me 1, Lot? He couldn't find 1. Lot said, the Lord said, okay, you know what, Lot, as I told you before, like I said before, you can't save these niggas. These niggas are gone. I'm going to bury every last one of them. Get your family up out of there ASAP. It's over. It's a done data. It's a wrap. Okay. And that's what he had to do. Rumor has it that his son was turned back, and he turned it to not wasn't his son, it was his wife. His wife turned back and turned it to a pillow of salt because she loved that world, so she wanted to go back to that world, and she ended up getting destroyed as well. Lot's wife, when the destruction came. They used to tell this parable all the time in the Nation of Islam, and it was one of my favorite parables. But now it's like I get it now. I get it now. Now I was like, man, shit. I ain't get fuck around these niggas. These niggas, they're crazy. I speak and keep it moving. Because I get it. I get it now. I get it now. I get it now. I really do get it now. I'm not a part of the go along to get along game. It is what it is. I'm not a part of the go along to get along. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to conform. I'm not going to act right. I'm one of them niggas ain't going to act right. Boy, this nigga ain't going to act right. No, I ain't going to act right, dog. I'm not going to act right. No, I ain't going to act right. Not me. Not me. Not me. You know what I mean? I'm too rebellious. He said, yep. And then eventually, his daughters got him drunk and slept with him after their husbands died. Hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. This just where we at. This is where we at. This is what's going on in America. So I always talk, when I was in the nation, they used to always talk about America as being the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. And you can definitely see that. It's definitely the modern Sodom and Gomorrah. Because foul and filthy behavior has been accepted amongst the swine of society. And the swine is running the block. This is not a world for anyone that's conscious. If you conscious, got a knowledge of yourself, what's right and what's wrong, this is not a world for you. The only thing you can do is isolate yourself. Keep quiet, work, build your war chest. So when it's time to go to war, you're ready. Build your war chest. Your family and your friends, you ain't really got no family and friends like that. I mean, you got them with you, but they're there to a certain level, certain degree. Right? Like I have family, they love me to death. But my family know, he always been against the grain ass nigga. My family know that. Yeah, he always been, he always been a rebellious one now. He ain't, and especially now, I'm such a critical thinker, I question everything. We need to hate him. Why we need to hate him? I don't like what he said, and he said this, he said that. Okay, what's wrong with that? Why you just can't disagree with it? Nah, but still, it just she married to a white man. Okay, that's her choice. Well, he married to a white woman. Okay, is it affecting you? Nah, it ain't affecting me. Then why you putting so much energy into who he's married to, or who she married to? I don't like that T-shirt he got on. Is the T-shirt killing anybody? No. Did you show any outrage at these children that's getting killed in Atlanta and in New York and Georgia and in Florida and Miami and stuff like that? No. Okay. Are you outraged at the guy who making songs calling you bees and hoes and saying saying that you need to be raped and pop that coochie hole and this and that? You ain't mad about none of that. Hanging out there with my ratchet ass friends. Hey, you ain't mad about none of that. None of that stuff that's not productive to you and your children or your society or your culture. Nah, I can't fuck with you. And I don't want to fuck with you. I don't want to have anything to do with you in life. I don't care how pretty you is, how fine you is. Bitch, fuck you. I don't care how many goons you have or how gangster you is. Nigga, fuck you. Bye. I don't care. There's 7 billion people on the planet. You think I'm worried about one female or one dude who don't like me? You think I'm worried about a group of people who comes from a certain group that don't like me? There's 7 billion people on the planet, my homie. You like a raindrop to a river. You ain't going where I'm going at, and I'm not going where you going at. I don't care what you think about me, none of that. And guess what? We're not, you know, and that's where I'm at with it. My family know this about me. They know this about me. They like, man, that nigga here, boy. I got friends I talk to, and we don't have certain conversations because that's the only way me and my friends are going to stay all right. I don't like falling out with my family, and I don't like falling out with my friends. So when they try to have certain conversations with me, I remove myself from the conversation. What you think about that? I ain't got no comment on that because you ain't going to like my answer. No, what your answer is? Nah, you ain't going to like my answer. I remove myself from it. Because I'm a very passionate dude. I'm a very passionate dude. And when I talk, you know, I say it with my chest. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, how I keep everybody all right, I keep myself in check. So I said, what I'm going to do on these shows from this point forward, I'm going to keep myself in check. Not going to be as passionate as I was a couple times on these shows. I'm going to just keep myself in check. Because I understand what I'm dealing with. Right? And that's just the reality of the situation. You know, I don't give a damn about the cancel culture. And I can't say the name of the people. I call them the J people. That control everything, and that's just what it is. It's society, and it's probably like that around the world. You have a group of people. Put it this way: the people who you think that's free and free to do what they want to do, they really can't. They're controlled by people. They're controlled by people who cut the check, right? They're controlled by the people who cut the check. So, you know, they control everything. Nigga, you better get your ass up there and apologize. And I need all of you guys to ostracize this guy and hate him. Why? He ain't do nothing to us. That's not the point. Do what you're told, or we're going to cancel you. It'd be a shame if you wake up one day and your bank accounts just got closed. And the bank called you and told you got to put your money out. And there's not a Bank of America. There's not a bank in the country that you could put your money in. That'd be a shame. It'd be a shame if you just one day wake up and when you turn on the Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, you see all these bad things about you. And everything, you've been ostracized and put out of everything. You are being canceled. In all the media outlets, everybody has the same script they're reading from that we gave them to tear you down and talk about you. See, that's a group of people that tell niggas what to do in America. And this is why I talk that shit on the boxing channel. I don't want to hear that pro-black shit. You niggas ain't on that. It's the furthest thing from the truth. That's why I call them Wakandas. It's the furthest thing from the truth because your pro-black existence is all revolved around what white folks allow you to do. It permits you to do. Your revolution is being funded by the very same people who you said you're banging against. Do you really think that these people will fund your revolution? I'm being facetious about the revolution part, but you know, to fund your stuff, and they're gonna allow you to use it against them. Are you really that stupid? One who controls the money controls you. So don't come to me with your fake outrage. Your very existence is that of those same people. Those same people who I'm talking about, who I can't mention their name, they are the very reasons why you exist right now. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Shout out to who else we got? Jamaria, what did he say? Thanks, because we need you out here, coach. He said not everyone can have these types of discussions with their family members. They say that will ruin Thanksgiving in some people's houses. Yeah, you know what? There's 3 things I don't talk about, Con Shawner. There's 3 things I don't talk about. Race, religion, and politics. You want to have a heated discussion. If you really want to see how a person really feels, have a discussion about race, religion, or politics. Race, religion, and politics are the most divisive topics that I've seen in my 48 years of living that you can talk about, that you'll see something real ugly come out of people. Because these topics carry very strong emotions and convictions. And it destroys families. It destroys friendships. It destroys bonds of people who you've been bonded with for years. Those three subject matters, race, religion, and politics, will destroy any Christmas, any Thanksgiving. You can be friends with somebody for 25 years. And if y'all share different political views, guess what? Shout out to my sister Food Revolution. What's going on, sis? Me, I was a fireball. I'm still am a fireball. I have to change. But I used to be very I used to be on the debate scene very heavy. I used to love debating. And what I liked about debate, it forced me to study. It forced me to be on point. We talk about certain subject matters. I had this one dude, right? This is a true story. I live in Tampa, Florida, right? I live in Tampa, Florida now. You know, was in Miami. I was in Miami, but I moved from Miami. There was a street called 40th Street in Tampa, right? 40th Street Bridge. It's between I think it's Bush Boulevard and 40th Street Bridge. Is it between Bush? I think it's either between Bush and Hillsborough. I think it's between Bush and Hillsborough. But anyways, make a long story short, somewhere up in there. I was real strong in the nation, bro. Like we used to have debates. We used to battle the Hebrews, the Hebrew Israelites. We used to battle the Yahwehs. We used to the battle the N.O.R.E, the 5%ers, bro. Like that's all we did, bro. Like, and it was back in the day. It was hard to defeat a Muslim, a guy in the Nation of Islam. It was hard to beat a member of the Nation of Islam. Because at that time, we had like a monopoly on the information and stuff like that. We were really good at pushing our points. Now, members of the Nation of Islam get buried in debates because there's more information out there. The internet has opened up a plethora of knowledge and different research mechanisms that you can find different books and stuff like that. And now it's like a lot of the stuff you see was dogma. It's like, man, that's some bullshit. This nigga just got bodied by the Hebrew. Damn, he got bodied by the N.O.R.E. Man, the Yahweh whooping his ass on. God damn it, boy, I remember back in the day, boy, the N.O.R.E. was a bad boy when it came to debate. Now it's, you get to see the, because a lot of truth is out there now. He say, what you say, Elohunico? He say, did religious debates ever come to blows? No. It never came to blows. It never came to blows, Elohunico. It never came to blows. Not with me or anybody else. Now, I'm not saying it didn't get heated to the point where it almost got to that point, but no, it never came to blows. Yeah, it never came to blows. But I'm gonna say this. There's this dude, he was on the bridge fishing on 40th Street. It's between Hillsborough. It's between Hillsborough and Martin Luther King, now that I think about it. It's between Hillsborough and Martin Luther King Boulevard. Martin Luther King Boulevard used to be called Buffalo Avenue. Anybody from Tampa? No, Martin Luther King used to be called Buffalo Avenue. But when you know, they changed it to Martin Luther King Boulevard, and anywhere there's a Martin Luther King Boulevard, the crime rate is high. The crime rate is high. Not down, Harleen, what do you say? You say, Coach, in London, there are speaker corners. You get mad people, they're debating. Yeah. Hey, I used to love the debates. Used to love the debates. Love the debates, right? Anyways, make a long story short. Like, Jesus was one of the biggest arguments. Because in the Nation of Islam, we used to always debate with the Christians about Jesus. Jesus is black, he ain't white. No, Jesus is white. Well, in the Bible, it said like Jesus had feet like lamb's wool. He said he had hair like lamb's wool and feet like burnt black brass in the oven. That's the description of the black man, my brother. If he had feet like burnt brass in the oven, that means he was a jet black man. And if he had hair like lamb's wool, he had woolly hair. That's hair like me and your hair, brother. So the dude said he was fishing, right? This is what my captain was saying to him. I had a captain named Keith Muhammad at the time. So Keith sitting there debating this dude. So this dude, we call him, his name was Everclear. We call him Everclear. Everclear. I'm going to tell you how we got that name. He said, well, a Puerto Rican told me that Jesus was Puerto Rican.
True.
This is funny. This is funny. I can't even say it without laughing. I can't say it without laughing. So we sit there debating. So my captain Keith like, yeah, brother. So he pulled out the Bible. Yeah, brother. See right here, brother. The scriptures say right. And my captain Keith was 6'5". He's a tall dude. Like I'm 5'6". Everybody else is tall, way taller than me. These dudes 6'5", 6'6". These are big dudes, right? But I was a lieutenant. I was the one that you call when it's time to move something. Man, y'all call me when it's time to move something. Listen, I'm the type of guy, if you got a problem with somebody, I got a problem with somebody. And if someone do something to you and you ain't moving like I feel like you should move to get retribution, I'm going to get the retribution for you. That's how I was, right? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So we on the bridge. Dude got the fishing pole. So Keith like, my cat, yeah, brother. You see, brother, you deaf, dumb, and blind, brother, eating swine, my brother. Brother, how you gonna read the Bible and don't know that Jesus was a black man? That's right. That's what we say back in the day. That's right. Feet like, hair like lamb's wool, feet like burnt brass in the oven, brother. So Everclear say, so he realized he lost on that, right? He said, well, a Puerto Rican told me Jesus was Puerto Rican.
True.
Hey, so Keith say, yeah, brother. Every race and nationality have their own Jesus, brother. The Chinese have a Chinese Jesus. The Japanese have a Japanese Jesus, brother. The Puerto Ricans got a Puerto Rican Jesus, brother. The white man got a white Jesus. The Indian got an Indian Jesus. Everybody got a Jesus but black folks. We the only group that got a Jesus that don't look like us. You black is the ace of spades, but yet you got a white Jesus. And everybody else got their own Jesus that look like them.
True.
I'm dead serious. I'm dead. I keep, my captain mad at the motherfucker that. Hey, so Everclear, this is how he got the name Everclear. So he realized that he couldn't win, right? He said, well, you know what? My Jesus ain't got no color. My Jesus Everclear. He said, my Jesus ain't got no color. My Jesus Everclear. So my captain mad. Hey, so my captain say, brother, you hate yourself so much that instead of admitting that Jesus is the black man that look like you rather say that he Everclear? Nigga, we there for 3 hours. And we there for 3 hours trying to convince this dude that Jesus was black. 3 hours, bro. 3 hours. I can't make this up, dog. I swear I can't make this up. This shit was hey, bro, man. Hey, my captain, he a Capricorn too. He born December. His birthday is December the 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. Bro, like 3 hours. We sit there. Bro, I sit back and look at that. Hey, Mr. Ham, I sit back and look at that. I say, man, that was some dumbass shit. Sitting all this time trying to convince him. Bro, like, so much energy went into. The funny part about it was, brother, everybody Jesus looked like them, but us. The Chinese, he said, the yellow man, the Chinese got a Chinese Jesus. They got Buddha. He say, the Japanese got a Japanese Jesus. The Puerto Ricans got a Puerto Rican Jesus. Bro, it was so it was so funny, dog. Bro, it was so funny. Bro, it wasn't funny then, but now I think about it, bro, I'm like, oh my God. I thought he was saying some deep shit too. Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. The Indian got an Indian Jesus. The white man got a white Jesus, brother. He said, brother, didn't you see Good Times? We weren't talking about Good Times. He said, brother, didn't you see Good Times? Do you remember the episode when Michael Evans came home with a picture of black Jesus? And he told his mama to take that picture of white Jesus off the wall, and the picture looked like Ned the wino, brother. And did you see how Florida Evans refused to take the white Jesus down, brother? Black as she is, she had a white Jesus. So Florida Evans was like, I don't know about nothing else, but that's the only Jesus I know. That's my Lord right there. Michael trying to talk sense into her. Mama, he pulled out the message to the black man. If you watch that episode of Good Times, he pulled out the message to the black man and started talking about the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. He said, yeah, mama, according to Elijah Muhammad, and right here in this book right here, it says that Jesus had feet like burnt hair like lamb's wool, and feet like burnt brass in the oven. That's a description of a black man, mama. And Florida Evans looked at that, and she looked at Michael crazy. And he said, you can't argue with the word, mama. It's right there in the Bible. Bruh, she wanted to argue with what he was saying, but it's in the Bible. So they put the picture of Ned the wino on there, right? And they started to get all kind of good luck started happening to them. So Paul Evans, good night, fam. Good night, Paul. All kind of good luck started happening to them. James Evans went to the pool hall, shot pool, made enough money to pay the rent and bills and all that stuff there. He was like, man, he said, thank you, Black Jesus. They were thanking Black Jesus on the wall. JJ, all kind of good luck started happening to him. He started selling pictures and paintings and stuff like that of his art. They thank Black Jesus. Bro, like we were some fools, though. Lisa's always loved Michael's character. Hey, listen, that was me, dog. That was me. I told my mama she can't cook no more pork in the apartment. I said, Mom, you gotta stop eating that swine, mama. Mom, you gotta stop eating that swine. Yeah, Mom, we can't eat no swine no more, mama, because yeah, Mom, I don't eat no pork. No, I don't eat no pork no more. Wait, when my mom said, what the hell you talking about? You eat no pork no more. You was raised on pork. Hey, listen, you listen. I used to cook you some real good pork chops. With Florida, we don't say pork, we say pork. Yeah, I used to cook you some real good pork chops. You know what I mean? You trying to say what? You can't eat my pork chops no more? Hey, so my cousin, I got a cousin named N.O.R.E, right? My cousin N.O.R.E used to have me crying, dog. My cousin N.O.R.E say, he used to sit right in front of me, right? I used to go over his house. He used to love eating pork chop sandwiches with hot sauce on it. He'll sit there and take a bite out of it. He'll be like, boy, this pork chop good, cuz this pork chop good. He'll take the pork chop and try to run it by my face. He said, cuz, you sure you don't want none of this? I ain't gonna tell your brothers now. Go ahead and eat some of this pork chop, cuz. Go ahead and eat some. I ain't gonna tell Farrakhan. You're gonna be all right. I ain't gonna tell Farrakhan. Eat some of these pork chops with me. Bro, he should just always just, bro, my cousin was an antagonist. He say, how you gonna let a nigga tell you not to eat pork and date white women? He said, for all you know, Farrakhan can be in Chicago right now with a bed full of white women eating pork chop sandwiches right now, for all you know. And he was almost right, because Minister Farrakhan's son, Joshua Farrakhan, is married to a white woman, right? Now, I don't have any problems with white women now. You know what I mean? I don't at all. I don't. But when I was in that mindset, that was my mindset. I was so narrow-minded and militant, and so I guess pro-black. My cousins be like, "Cuz we should be out somewhere, right? Cuz, boy, that white girl fine as hell. Cuz my cousin love white girls, but that white girl fine. God damn, boy, she got a fat ass. Cuz, boy, look at that now. Cuz, like me, I'm like, man, I ain't looking, right? I'm looking at him crazy, right? Cuz I'm telling you, boy, you don't know what you missing. My cousins be like, cuz, boy, you don't know what you missing, boy. You don't know what you missing. boy, cuz, you missing out. Cuz, I tell you what, cuz, check this out. I ain't gonna tell Farrakhan. I ain't gonna tell Farrakhan. Listen, cuz, just come over to the house. hey, I'm like, hey, bro, listen. Hey, I sit back down. I'm like, man, all these white girls I could have had. hey, what about Mr. Hell, man? Not down 305. Hey, when I snapped out of my delusion, I was like, man, what the hell I was thinking about? All these white girls I could have. Bro. I'm like, damn, my cousin was right. I've been missing out all this time. Hey, bro. Bro, I can't make this up, bro. This is hilarious, bro. Hey, bro. I was like, damn, boy, cuz might have had a point, boy. My cousin say, boy, you could be missing out on your blessing. Boy, because back then when I was coming up, when I was coming up in the hood, like the white girls, the white women, they were looked upon as very like high. You know what I mean? Like, boy, you get your white girl, boy. God damn, that's the lick. Like a lot of dudes in the no, I'm dead serious. All jokes aside, like, cause a lot of the white girls, they came from like suburban areas and stuff like that, and yada yada yada, and blah blah squazy, right? And they family had money and stuff like that. So my cousin was always on that. Like, bro, he don't date nothing. Now his wife was biracial. But you get what I'm saying? He like, cuz, boy, you don't know what you missing, boy. Boy, you don't let Farrakhan. He said, cuz, boy, you don't know where your blessings may come from. How you know Allah ain't trying to send you a blessing through this fine ass white woman right here, and you turning your blessing down? Like, my cousin was a savage. He's telling me I was stupid. He said, you so damn stupid. How you gonna let some niggas tell you? How you gonna? Bro, my cousin was a savage, bro. My cousin, oh man, my cousin N.O.R.E, man. I remember one day. This is a true story. It was during Ramadan. It was during Ramadan, right? They were doing. Hey, Khan Shiner, what you say? He said Muhammad Ali was on a talk show telling a similar story. He said I could go for what you go for. He said I can go for what you go for, brother. But he said, but I gotta have my hair marks. Hey, listen, my cousin N.O.R.E had another brother. Well, both of them named N.O.R.E. One is N.O.R.E the first, which is junior, and one is N.O.R.E the third. So my cousin N.O.R.E, we're gonna say Shine. My cousin Shine had a brother named N.O.R.E, right? Big N.O.R.E. My cousin Big N.O.R.E, I used to always try to recruit him to come to the mosque, right? Cuz, I need you to come to the mosque. He say, cuz, look here, cuz. I love you, cuz. I join the nation today. I ain't got no problem. I get out there in the corner and wear them hot ass suits. I get out there with them hot ass suits, just like y'all doing. I wear them hot ass suits and everything. Cause I even give up white women. Cause I don't really, he said, because I can't let go of these pork chops. He said, cuz if you call Farrakhan right now and tell Farrakhan that I said I'll join the nation right now, if I can eat pork chops, and he said, if he said yeah, say I'll join right now. I put the hot ass suit on and everything, cuz. I put the hot ass suit on and everything. I ain't letting these pork chops go, cuz. They're gonna have to make an exception in my case. I was like, bruh. And then he had a sister. She passed away. She ended up getting killed. She passed away. She was something else. Every time I come in the house, I don't want to hear that assalamu alaikum shit. Every time I turn around, you tell me you want to hear assalamu alaikum. I'm cooking some bacon right now. You want some, cuz? But it was a trip. I got me some pork sausages right now. We finna eat with these grits and eggs. You sure you don't want none? Like it was my cousin Yoli, which is the sister, my cousin N.O.R.E, which is the big brother, and then the young brother, my cousin Shine. Those three. Bro, them three right there was something else, bro. Yeah, pork chops. Yeah, we don't say pork chops, we say pork chops. We say pork chops. He said, not them pork chops. Yeah, them pork chops, bro. Hey, look here, man. Look here. He said your cousin was a wild man. My cousin, he said my cousin was something else, man. Hey, so check it out. This during Ramadan, right? I gotta tell y'all about Ramadan. I'm gonna tell you about Ramadan. We're gonna wrap it up. During Ramadan, right? We go to Jumu'ah every Friday, and then Ramadan we fast, right? So, when you do Ramadan, when Ramadan is over with, you have something called Eid, where you have your feasts and stuff like that, the celebration of Ramadan, right? But we were still in Ramadan. And that's when I was in the tank. I was in the tank. I told you guys I was in the tank, right? I was in the tank, right? So we going to the chapel, the Ramadan and stuff like that. And when the sun go down, you can break your fast. You don't eat during the daylight hours, and when the sun go down, you can break your fast. So we coming back from we coming back from the chapel. One of the brothers got a kufi on his head. He had the prayer rug over his shoulder, and he opened up like a little pouch. And guess what he pulled out of the pouch? Some pork grinds. Make this I'm dead ass serious, dog. He pulled out some pork grinds. This one I used to study Islam with the Sunnis. I used to study with the Sunni Muslims. And I really, really learned Islam from the Sunnis. I learned Islam from the Sunnis. More so than in the nation. In the nation where it was more of a black nationalistic. But I learned how to do Marakas, all that stuff there, studied the hadith. I still have it right there. The sayings of the prophet. I got books on Sufism and stuff like that. I really, really learned. I really need to start by reading some of this stuff for my spiritual development, to be honest with you. The brother pulled out some pork grinds. We looking at this nigga like, nigga, what the fuck wrong with you? We ain't supposed to be eating no swine. He said, brother, there's a section in the Holy Quran. It says swine is forbidden. The only time swine is not forbidden unless you are starving and you need to eat it in order to sustain your life. Anybody that's a Muslim know that surah, that verse is in one of those surahs in the Quran. I can literally probably look it up and find it. And the brother pulled out the Quran with pork grinds residue on his fingertips. I'm like, is this nigga touching the Quran with swine on his fingers? Flipping the pages back. You see, brother, he was munching on the pork rind. You see right here, brother, that I can't make this up. Bro, I can't make this up. He broke the fast with some pork grinds. It justified it through the Quran. He broke the fast with some pork grinds and justified it through the Quran. I'm dead serious, bro. I didn't even know that verse was in there. Bro, I'm dead serious. There's a verse in the Quran, swine is forbidden unless you are like about to die or something. I'm paraphrasing. Unless you're about to die and you need to eat it to sustain your life. That brother said, brother, I'm hungry, brother. I'm hungry. I ain't got nothing else to eat. That's exactly what he said, fam.
True, true, true.
And the nigga went back. And the nigga went back to Juba the next day. And we had Ramadan. And he led us in prayer one day. He led us in prayer one day. I can't make this up. I'm dead serious, dog. I know y'all think I be tripping, dog, but I'm dead serious, dog. Bro, I can't make this up. The nigga led us in prayer. Swine all on the ground. Halim, what'd you say? Halim say, only if there's no food around you. Bro, I'm dead serious. He broke the fast with just one grind. I can't make this up. I'm dead serious, dog. He broke the fast with a bag of swine. He broke the fast with a bag of swine. The forbidden fruit. Hey, bro. Oh, bro, I can't believe it, dog. The nigga broke the fast with a bag of swine. It showed us the verse in the Quran. I was like, damn. I hadn't read the Quran like 3 times at that point. I said, damn, I don't remember seeing that. I don't remember seeing that surah right there. Damn. I don't remember seeing that surah. God damn, what the? You know, I was blown. He was like, he said the visual. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, dog. Hey, some of these stories that I be telling, dog, I really need to like, do like a movie or something and put all these stories together like in a movie or something, or remake them or something. Bro, like, I got a whole lot of more stories too, bro. Like Nelly say, Coach, but you eat healthy, right? Yeah. I eat healthy. Yeah, I eat healthy. Yeah. Absolutely, I eat healthy. But I'm just saying. But come to, but come to find out, man, it's a lot of stuff I learned. What I learned about pork, it's not as bad. Like, I don't eat pork to this day because I haven't eaten pork since I was 17 years old. But it's not as bad as I realized that from a religious standpoint, of course, there's certain parts of the pig you don't want to eat, yada, yada, yada. But beef isn't really that good for you as well. It takes too long for it to digest and break down in your system. Bro, I'll put it this way. A lot of stuff that we've been taught and trained, it's like half truths and part truths, right? Of course, if you're a Muslim, you believe what you believe, right? Christian, whatever you believe, yada yada yada. Bro, it's like you got to really study the history of where did the swine is the pork is no good for you at. Like, you got to you got to do your research on it, bro. I was like, hey, bro, listen, bro, because you're reading the Bible, you're reading the Quran, and I'm like, these books are written by men. So when I started waking up, I started questioning everything. Well, who wrote this book? Where did this come from? And then, especially when you hear the story about how the Holy Quran was put together, because Prophet Muhammad was an illiterate, and the angel Gabriel was revealing things through him. And Prophet Muhammad couldn't read and write, so he was just telling stories about what he learned, and the Quran was being written by the people who was around him. Just some of the stories, right? I'm like, man, some of this shit ain't making no sense to me now that I'm older. Well, who wrote the Bible? Where it came from? Okay, this is the King James Version. And this is the new, okay, so you added a book. There's books missing in the Bible, okay? Who wrote this book? Where did these stories transpire at? Because the books ain't nothing but stories. So when I started asking all these questions, man, who wrote it? Like, hold on now. Okay, so these group of people wrote this book. And this is a book we've been following for how long? Well, who told them people that? Well, they was inspired by God. Okay. All right, but this group of people over here saying the same thing though. Yeah, but those group of people don't know. We got the real truth. Yeah, but those group of people saying that they got the real truth and we crazy. Like, hey, bro, I quit. Nah, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with religion, bro. I ain't got nothing to do with religion, bro, at all. I ain't got nothing to do with religion at all. None. Halim say, he say, may the Lord have mercy on Coach Friend. I'm just saying, hey, what you say? He said the flesh is weak, Coach. Hey, anyway, let's give everybody a round of applause, man. He said, Coach, you be having Mormons go to your house. Bro, listen, man. I don't have the Jehovah's Witnesses go to my house, but like, don't nobody like the Jehovah's Witnesses. Nobody. Like, I'm just saying, like, in the black neighborhood, anytime like the Jehovah's Witnesses come to the house, they go, oh shit, they go to Jehovah's Witness. Don't nobody open the door, stuff like that. And I always wonder why, like, damn, why'd you want to open the door? Like, when I was younger. And then, it just religion, bro. Like me, I don't have nothing to do with religion at all, bro. I'm religion out. I done been baptized in the baptism pool before. I done been baptized in the river. Came up through the ranks of the Nation of Islam. Studied real Islam with the Sunnis. With the Sunni Muslims. Had all of the debates that you can have. I'm done. I'm tapped out. I'm tapped out. Shout out to Lil Green Eyes P. Salute to Lil Green Eyes P. Shout out to Nelly Content. Shout out to who else we got in the building? Shout out to Nelly Content. Shout out to El Unico. Salute to Lady Shannon was here earlier. Shout out to Dr. Paul Evans. Salute to my brother, the one Mr. Ham. Who else we have in the building? Halim, salute to you, brother. Shout out to hey, Knockdown 305, Dade County's finest. Salute to you, fam. Hey, shout out to who else we got? Nukan Shanery. Salute to Carmen Serene. Who else we have in the building? El Unico. Salute to you, fam. Let's see who else we have. Lisa Bell. Salute to you, sis. Dr. Paul Evans, Ben Adams, salute, fam. Shout out to Kanye, who was here earlier. I think he was here earlier. Oh, man, it is Schoolo X, man. What's going on, fam? Knockdown 305, Dade County's finest. Oh, bro. Food Revolution, salute, sis. Salute to you, sis. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, bro, I got some more stories for y'all, too, man. Like, it's just so much. And I tell you these stories as I remember them. Like, shout out to Jamario, shout out to Jay Isaac. As I remember the stories, I tell you, because it's like something may just hit me. Oh man, I remember this story right here. Let me tell them this one here. Like, everything I'm telling you are real life experiences. Like, I actually been through these things. Bro. It's like, bro, it's just so many, bro. And I want to be able to reenact these and really put some, like, put a visual to it. Put a visual to it, bro, because it's hilarious. I got so funny, boy. Oh my God, bro! I don't been around some characters, bro. I don't been around some real life characters in my life, from the nation to the street to the feds to the just many people. Like even when I was in different cities, different states. Even when I was driving trucks, like, I used to love driving through Texas. I love Texas. Used to drive all the way down to Laredo, Texas, right down the border, on the border, right. And when you go down to Laredo, Texas, when you're leaving, you got to go through a radar, not a radar, X-ray, so a big ass X-ray machine, and you got a whole bunch of border patrol people there with all types of guns and dogs. They're ready to shoot. It's kind of scary, right? All Mexicans too, all Mexicans, right? These ain't no short, these some big Mexicans on the border, Laredo. When you go down, when you can go down to Laredo, but when you leaving Laredo, Texas, and coming back through, you have to go through a checkpoint. You got to go through a checkpoint. And I was driving trucks. We had to go through there, bro. Man, let me tell you something, bro. And I done been all through Texas, Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, all through Texas, right? But anyways, Man, I don't been everywhere and just seen so many different things, different truck stops, just talking to people. Bro, I got some stories for y'all, bro. Other than that, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. That's it, man. That's our boy, Coach Malachi Williams, man. Let me see you guys. We're going live. Well, you know what? We're gonna do a show, Midnight Conversations, Friday, not Thursday, because Thursday, you know what? I probably should do one tomorrow. We'll go live tomorrow. We'll do Midnight Conversations tomorrow because Thursday I want to cover this Kid Austin fight. I want to cover this fight with Kid Austin. So, oh yeah, shout out to Arlette. She was here too, her and Lady Shan. So we'll go live again tomorrow. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Shout out to everybody, man. Salute to everybody. Hey, you know what I mean? It is what it is. That boy, Coach Malachi Williams signing out, man. See you guys tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, same bat time, same bat station. Peace.